Hello, everybody, and we are talking about my yearly, I know it says monthly on here, but my yearly budget for the year of 2025. We haven't done one of these in about a year and a half. So let's talk about what I'm making and where the money's going. So, one, you all know, I'm on disability. That'll be permanent. I'm going to be 50 in 2025, I'll be 50 years old and have chronic medical conditions, and that's just the way it is. So for surveys like Prolific, Telus, whatever, I make $155. Next rep, very part time. Um, Disability allows you to work very part time within certain hours and income guidelines. So I've gone over that with a representative from Social Security. And between the surveys, Next Rep, and social media, I am within those hours and within that money. So my total monthly income is $2,013.00. I kind of rounded everything up. Medical loan debt is $150 a month. I've got 1 year left of that to do to pay off that. Money to family members for various reasons, $100. My phone bill, it's T-Mobile. It's a postpaid, so it's $70, and that includes the amount for the phone. Credit cards, I have multiple credit cards I use to pay the current medical debt. And that's 180, and that's not making minimum payments. The minimum payments are $30 a month, and there's three of them. So I do double the payments. Personal is just money that I want to spend on, like Amazon, catalogs, orders. Like I see something in a catalog I want to order, if it's on sale, or get a appliance for the house. Medications cost $60 a month. So doctor visits, I'm thinking a minimum 120, but I've got 310 left after all the bills, so that'll be eaten up by that. Groceries, that won't even last a month because I have food sensitivities and we have allergies in the family, food allergies in the family, so $350. Renter's insurance, $33, and I highly recommend it. I get my renter's insurance through eRenters, and I have my pets added onto that. My medical insurance for my prescription plan is $10, not the Medicare amount, which is already taken out of the $968 is what's left after Medicare is taken out. But for the Part D, it's $9.60, so I round it up to 10. The internet is now 110. I have lost my promotional. For household, the household is just cleaning stuff. It is candles. It is floor cleaner, replacing brooms, mops, Swiffers, things like that. And toilet paper, paper towels. Anything that's not pet or food in the household is 120, and that seems a little high, but that also includes replacing pots and pans, getting new silverware, because we do replace our pots and pans on the regular. And like my Caldera pan was $46.50, so $46.50. So if you consider that, that's it's not too high. Savings, I'm starting savings up again, so that'll be $200 a month. And for the pet, their pet food and their a bag of dry food, not including their wet. The wet goes into the household. But the dry food and the litter, that's $80. That does leave me $310 left to spend. And that's not bad. That gives me a little breathing room. However, things happen. So this month we had to replace our modem and the router because both died on us, and that was $300. Boom, gone. And Next Rep is starting in January. I am not started it yet, but I know the minimum hours that I can work within Social Security, and that is $10.99. So part of that $310 will have to be held back in taxes. So let's actually do tax savings, and let's capitalize that S. And let's assume out of this 310, we're going to save 150 for taxes. Usually some of the savings is held over for taxes every year, but we'll do our own tax savings. So that leaves me $160. And remember that $350 on the groceries, that does not last. Um, Diabetes is one of the health conditions that I have, and I am allergic to certain foods, and my brother is allergic to different foods. So it makes it very complicated to buy food sometimes. Thankfully, we're not food insecure. If you are, go to your local food bank, God's Pantry, call 211 United Way. But that's what we spend. I spend for my portion of the groceries. And then he spends a little bit more. Now, here's something you're not seeing. You're not seeing rent and utilities. So our rent and utilities are combined. That is one payment to the apartment complex. My thing, and what I always tell people to do, other than diversify, do this, do that. Oops, I misspelled tax. Is to go ahead and do what you can. I live with family. My family, they all work out of the home. They're very busy, long hours, travel there, work, travel back. And so what I do is I take care of all the household, the cooking, the cleaning, getting packages, taking care of any maintenance that needs to come in out of the apartment, doing laundry for everybody. And in exchange for that, I don't have to pay my share of the rent and utilities. So that's one way that I maximize my time as well as my money. Um, so that is definitely one thing that you can do, is figure out a method that if you have family that does not want to clean and you don't mind cleaning, that you do part of their part of the cleaning for money off the taxes. I mean, not the taxes, but the rent and utilities. And that's not always doable in every household, but it is in ours. Um, so yeah, there is all that, and I do have $160 left from the 2013 that I'll be making per month. And for 2013 per month, that puts me little over 24,000 a year, which is doable where I live, considering my bills. Now, once my loan debt, this medical loan debt, is paid off, and that'll be paid off by the end of next year, I'll have an extra 150 that I will put towards something else. But right now, doing that, the credit cards, I have been rebuilding my credit, so it has gone over the year. It has gone up 100 points. So I am using it, paying it off, using it, paying it off, using it, paying it off, using it, paying off, and other things like that. The personal has been different stuff. Sometimes it's bills, and sometimes it's just an Amazon or shopping out of a catalog or something like that. So, anyways, that's kind of where I'm sitting at for 2025 and what my bills look like. I always tell you to diversify, because even something as small as doing these surveys, that's 155. That would have only left me $5 left to spend breathing room. And social media, that is a lot less than what I make. But December, November, and October, the last 3 months of the years, are very slim for me, and I have not spent. I used to post every day on social media, and I don't anymore. I only do it a couple times a week. So I don't. I used to make $200 a month, and now I just make 110, 120. And the reason for that is just personal exhaustion, a little bit of personal exhaustion, and dealing with a lot of doctor visits. I have just, like, this week alone is 2 visits, about 2.5 hours worth of visits between 2 visits. And then there's specialists and everything else like that to see. And the specialist, that goes into the doctor visits, the 120. And that is on the low end as well for that. But I have this 160 there. And then taxes are their own thing. But I have $200 in savings every month that I can dip into to cover doctor visits, and that is copays. And copays on regular maintenance visits are not bad, but when you start talking about going to specialists and doing this and that, and then everything else, it's just crazy. And as far as the meds, $60, that also is a little on the low end. And that's assuming I don't get sick throughout the month. So I'd never get C-19, the COVID. I don't get the flu. I don't get, a broke foot. I dropped the bed frame on my toe this past weekend. It's not broke, but it hurts a lot, and I didn't see a doctor for that. I just kind of doctored it up at home. Um, but that's assuming meds that I'm not ever going anywhere. And then for the doctor visits, that's assuming no hospitals, no urgent treatment centers or nothing like that. That's just plain maintenance doctors and specialists. Okay, so that is kind of where I'm at, you guys, for 2025. And we closed out 2024 with the same amount of money except no next rep. So you can see where I had no savings and I just had some tax savings, and then a lot of this was cramped. But I was making more on social media. But 2025 is looking up. And I didn't add Hotel Planner because Hotel Planner and NextRep will kind of switch off and on. I'm still have an active account with Hotel Planner, but I'm on vacation from them because they've made some changes. I love Hotel Planner, but I don't know what the future is going to hold for that. Anyways, thank you so much. My name is Becky. You have a great day.